The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Philippines may breach its previous all-time high of 15,000 daily cases soon, according to OCTA research member Professor Guido David. David told One News that it is possible that the country may see over 15,000 new cases in the coming days, higher than the previous peak in April. David adds that cases have not yet reached its highest level, especially in some provinces. He also said that community transmission of the Delta variant is driving the surge in infections. The OCTA research member said that there is no other probable reason for the increase in cases other than the highly infectious Delta variant.
The latest genome sequencing results presented by the Department of Health show that based on sampling, 48% of cases are Delta variant cases. So that's very concerning.
The Health Department clarifies 84% of its so-called unobligated 2020 funds flagged by the Commission on Audit has already been used this year. Speaking to the chiefs, Health Undersecretary Leopoldo Vega said around 10 billion pesos of the department's 2020 funds have been used for this year's COVID response. He added that the remaining 1 billion was supposed to be used for a vaccine deal that fell through.
When we had this report coming from COA, we did a reconciliation of all the funds that were released and the SARO. And the total exact figure is actually 10 billion, which actually was a part of 5 billion of that was really a part of PONAP, of continuing appropriations for 2021.
Vega also said that they are requesting for additional 3.3 billion from the budget department, which he said will be used to hire and retain healthcare workers amid the now increasing coronavirus cases.
We are proposing actually, aside from the 10,500 that we already positioned across the country, and that's we need to extend their services, and meaning to say until December. So we are asking for funding for the extension of the services, plus new hires. That's about mga 3.3 billion po across the country.
Recall that in a rare move, the Commission on Audit issues a clarification in its report on the Health Department's deficiencies in handling pandemic funds. COA clarified that their audit report did not find funds lost to corruption. The Commission explained that mentioned deficiencies in the 67.3 billion peso COVID-19 fund merely referred to the lack of supporting documents, which the DOH may still submit. Of that amount, 42 billion pesos, according to Health Secretary Francisco Duque, was downloaded for the procurement of test kits, PPEs, and other medical equipment. Duque said he already met with COA Chairman Mike Aguinaldo earlier today to explain the agency's side and present supporting documents.
Yung sinasabi dyan ng COA, hindi naman sinabing nawala sa corruption o ninakaw. Sinabi lang may deficiencies. Kaya kailangan linawin.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The LTO is now racing against time to finish manufacturing new motorcycle plates before the end of President Duterte's term. This comes after the Commission on Audit flagged the agency's plate backlog worth more than 2 billion pesos. Gerard de la Peña with the details.
Rajal bought his motorcycle back in 2018. He has been using this for delivery services. But until now, Rajal has not received his license plate from the Land Transportation Office.
Pag may checkpoint naman, di naman tinatanong sir eh. Saan nila naman yan sir eh. Ang tagal nila mag-process sir eh. Ewan ko din eh. Ewan ko yung mga nanunungkulan dun sa taas.
The same goes with Melvin, who goes to work using his motorcycle. He said he has followed it up to the LTO for several times, but to no avail. Rajal and Melvin are just two of the more than 8 million riders who have yet to claim their motorcycle plates from the LTO. The Commission on Audit has flagged the agency for its failure to issue more than 2 million replacement plates between 2014 to 2020. COA says that the undelivered plates are worth around 2.15 billion pesos. In defense, the LTO said it has been working double time to manufacture plates, but the backlog is just too much. LTO Chief Edgar Galvante says the pandemic has made things much more difficult for them because only few employees are allowed to report for work.
Alam naman namin na talagang kulang pa yung effort. Kaya nanghihingi nga kami ng karagdagang resources para ma-increase namin yung capacity.
The plate backlog has also made enforcing the law on motorcycles a lot harder.
Kasi walang plaka, no? Yung sabi nga, yung riding in tandem, yan ang nila, no? Ang ginagamit nila dahil sa walang plaka, hindi nakakatulong na ma-identify. Kaya porsige naman ng LTO na ma-produce ng as soon as possible itong mga plakang ito para mabawasan na yung mga ganong insidente na hindi ma-identify.
The agency aims to finish its backlog before the end of the current administration. But it will need an additional 2.6 billion pesos to outsource the manufacturing of a portion of the total number of plates to speed up the production process. The LTO has a newly purchased robotics-aided plate-making machine, but is unusable as of now because the German engineers tasked to make it work can't enter the country due to quarantine restrictions. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
Now, here are the top stories in sports. Soccer superstar Lionel Messi has started training with Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Messi was seen doing runs and dribbles on the pitch with fellow strikers Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. Now, PSG's other newly signed players also joined the training. But despite this, PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino says it's too early for Messi to play with them. In a news conference, Pochettino said that they will take it slow and that their priority right now is for Messi to be in the best condition for his debut. Pochettino added that even with Messi joining the PSG, their forward Mbappe will remain with them. WBO bantamweight champion John Riel Casimero vows to beat Cuban boxer and WBA titleist Guillermo Rigondeaux in their fight tomorrow at the Dignity Health Sports Park in Los Angeles. Casimero says he will not take the two-time Olympic gold medalist lightly, but ultimately Rigondeaux is just a stepping stone to bigger prey. He plans to score a convincing win to lock up an appointment with Super WBA ruler Naoya Inoue or WBA King Nonito Donaire or both. International pop star Britney Spears is expected to enjoy well-fought freedom soon as her father, Jamie, has agreed to leave the conservatorship after over a decade. Here's the rest of the story.
Britney Spears' father, Jamie, has agreed to step down as her conservator after 13 years. Britney's lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, called the surprising turn a major victory and another step towards justice. It is not easy as it seems, though. Jamie did not give a timetable for his departure. He said he'll only do so after several lingering issues are resolved. Mr. Spears vowed to work with the court and Rosengart for an orderly transition to a new conservator. But as it stands, he is still in control of her daughter's $60 million estate. Britney's camp, meanwhile, seeks to investigate Mr. Spears' conduct during the controversial arrangement. They want to press charges against him for conservatorship abuse. Nick Garcia, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 1 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.